Last time on Left Behind.
I don't live under your laws. I answer to God.
Where are you going?
What makes you think
Fuck.
Man, you know me too well, don't you? She wants someone to go back to Israel, check in on Chaim.
New global one.
Where are we gonna get
Peter II has graciously consented to make it a gift.
You tell the world I have offered my plane, but I was not consulted, not given a chance.
Everything you have because of the potentate.
Based on Assassins, the 6th book in the best-selling series, Tyndale House Publishers proudly presents episode 67 of the dramatic audio edition of Left Behind.
Steele.
He's here, Ray. I told him somebody was coming in with a proposition and that he could make a lot of money. So far, he's on board, but I don't know
Keep
how long
him warm. I'll be right there. I have a favor to ask.
Shoot.
I want to wave some cash in front of a guy named Bo Hansen.
The guy at the airport?
Yeah, I think he's mixed up with Hattie. I'm hoping the money will pry loose some information.
Well, now. You hardly speak to me for days. Never ask how I'm doing. But now that you need cash...
I've been remiss.
Remiss. I risked my life, donated my entire life savings, and yet you treat me like an intruder.
Okay.
Please do not be so rude as to walk away from me.
There are easier ways to say no.
The thing is, I'm not saying no.
Really? Could have fooled me.
Rayford, I'll level with you. I've been hurt. You avoided me. I know you had a lot of loss. What we went through together, though, the Horsemen, I thought that counted for something.
Look, I don't know about you. But I found that experience as frightening as anything I've encountered, and that includes finding my wife's body at the bottom of the Tigris. I don't like to think about it, and the truth is, perhaps you remind me of it.
I'm sure I do. Look, forget the money. You didn't even have to ask. I told you from the start it's for the cause. If I left tomorrow, I wouldn't take a penny with me.
Well, that's certainly above and beyond what
Let's
we would...
just put it to rest. We bring to the table what we have, and none is more important than another. Except maybe Sion.
So you were giving me a hard time because...
You deserved it. You should have cared more and showed it. Have I asked about your knee?
Several times.
I wasn't just being polite. But you gave me the macho answer. Boom! End of conversation.
So how are the ribs coming?
Slow, as a matter of fact.
Well, I hope you feel better soon. I mean that.
I know.
How's everyone else treated you?
The best. No complaints.
I'm the only one who doesn't get a gold star.
Dad?
In here, Chloe. Did Buck get off okay?
Yeah, but, there's some bad news. I've been trying to find Nancy, Hattie's sister, to let her know we're sure Hattie's alive.
Yeah?
I found her.
And?
On a confirmed dead list.
What happened?
Smoke inhalation.
Another reason to find Hattie. I'm headed to Milwaukee.
Do you speak English?
A little.
Well, what's your baby's name?
Lee.
Oh, hi, Lee. Hey, buddy. How old is he?
7 months.
Oh, he is beautiful.
Thank you very much, sir.
Would he come to me?
Beg pardon?
Well, may I hold him?
I keep.
Okay, well, that's fine. I understand. I probably wouldn't give my boy to a stranger either.
You have boy baby?
Yeah, here. Here. Right here. This is Kenny.
Oh, look, Lee. Baby boy, too. You miss?
Oh, yes, very much. I said goodbye this morning. It's hard to leave.
Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's
Please.
Okay. Oh, come here, Lee.
Here you go.
Oh, it's okay, Lee.
Lily.
Oh, he's a heavy little guy, isn't he? Oh, look, she's right there. She's right there. Mama's
I'm
right
here.
there. Oh,
Hello,
she's
Lee.
not going anywhere.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, here, you better take her back.
Oh, sorry, baby. I'm sorry, Lily.
I'm Greg North.
Oh, nice to meet you, Mr. Greg.
Mac, I'm going to be in Europe soon. I need a few things. Albie still your best source?
Yeah, by far. What do you need?
I just as soon talk to him directly. Got his number?
Well, not with me. Listen, I'm supposed to be home tonight. Can I get it to you then?
I guess. Unless you can get David to dig it out for me.
It's in my computer. A few hours really make that much of a difference?
Guess not. So, you're headed back to New Babylon?
Yeah. They're rolling out the red carpet for us, calling us heroes for saving Fortunato. Of course, the big news is we're on Matthew's plane. They've renamed it the Phoenix 216.
So, are you comfortable, Mr. Should I call you May Willie?
Knock it off.
You'll note that we have made every effort to accommodate...
You killed a friend of mine.
Miss Durham, we have been over this. He produced a gun, we were forced to respond. Now, I've spoken with my superiors, and I am told that if you will provide us with
will
the name...
not tell you anything.
Really? I find this rather unfortunate.
Bo will come for me. He'll hear about
Miss
Sam,
Durham,
and he will...
we delivered a letter today to the pilot's brother, a Bo. This is a copy. In it you will see that Sam informs his brother he'll be staying in France a while and asks for no further contact.
I have other friends, and they will...
Exactly. And if you give us their location, you will not only be released, but you may also save their lives.
Save their lives? Yeah, I'm sure that's what would
We
happen.
want to deal with Dr. Benjuda and the others peacefully.
Oh, yeah, right.
We believe you know their location, Miss Durham. Forgive me. Miss Durham, if what you told us in the interrogation is true, someone will come for you. Someone who cares about you. And presumably someone you care about as well.
So, what's your point?
My point is this. The apartment in the Havre is occupied. Anyone who may come there could easily be harmed. In a manner similar to your friend Sam. You wouldn't want that to happen to a friend, would you, Miss Durham? I can see that thought troubles you. What price for peace? But to tell us what we want to know.
Dr. Rosenspikes, may I help you?
Hannelore?
Yes, who's speaking, please?
I'll tell you, but you can't say my name aloud, all right?
Who is it, please?
I want to surprise Chaim, okay?
Who, please?
Hannelore, it's Buck Williams.
Buck? No one can hear me. Where are you?
Ben Gurion.
Can you come here? The doctor and Jacob will be so excited.
I can't wait to see them. And you too.
Wait there. I will send Jacob.
Well, tell him not to say my name, okay? I'm using the name Greg North.
Greg North.
Yeah.
He will come soon, Buck. Greg, I'm sorry. I will keep your secret from Dr. Rosenspike. He will be so happy.
How's Jonas?
Oh, Buck, I'm sorry. He has passed.
What?
Praise God. He is in heaven. We'll tell you all about it.
Rayford.
T. It's been a while. Bo?
Mr. Steele?
Steele.
Sorry.
What you been up to?
Nothing much. How about you?
I lost a good friend recently. 2, as a matter of fact.
2?
One was my doctor. You met him.
Yeah, what happened?
Something you caught from Hattie?
Yeah, heard about her.
Yeah? What'd you hear?
It was all over the news. Plane crash. Spain, I think. Too bad. I lost somebody, too. Ernie got toasted the other day in California.
Sorry to hear that.
Thanks. Sorry about, Hattie, too.
How much did she pay you, Bo?
Pay me?
To fly her out of here, make up a story, fake her death.
I got no idea what you're talking about.
You approved the flight. Your initials are on the log. You didn't think to alter the plane's identification, so even though the pilot never reported in, his plane was traced to your brother Sam in Baton Rouge.
Hey, I still don't know what you're talking about.
You fancy yourself a businessman, Bo?
Well, I own part of this airport. I do all right.
5%.
I have other holdings, other interests.
So one of your interests is taking payoffs from young women who want to disappear?
I told you I don't know what you're talking about.
Yet you haven't denied it.
Denied what?
That you put Hattie Durham on your brother's Quantum and got her flown out of here.
I deny that.
You do.
I absolutely do. I had nothing to do with that.
It happened, but you didn't do it.
Right.
But now you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know, I guess, but I wasn't even there.
Why are your initials on the log?
Tower guy called me. Said somebody wanted to refuel a Quantum. I said okay. If it was my brother, I didn't know that. And if the passenger was Hattie, I didn't know that either. I told you. I wasn't there. I didn't put anybody on that plane.
But you've got one heck of a memory. You know all the details of the flight you okayed the night you weren't here.
Prove it.
Prove what?
Whatever you just said.
You want me to prove you have a good memory?
I don't know. You're making fun of me or something.
You told me you're a businessman. How much of a businessman are you? This much? Go ahead, you can look. It's real.
How much is in here?
See for yourself.
Hey, I could probably use some of this.
Bad enough to tell me what I need to know?
Nothing like the smell of cash, is there? What do you need to know?
I want to fly to Europe tomorrow and find Hattie Durham alive and well within an hour after I hit the ground. Know anybody who can help me with that?
Maybe.
How about it? Is this going to buy me some information?
A little.
Like what?
France.
City?
More. Coast.
You drive a hard bargain, north or south?
Yes.
All right, give me the city.
It's on the channel. Something like, Le Havre...
Larva.
Yeah, that's it.
You got a lot of money sitting there, Bo. But every bill goes back into the bag without an exact address, who she's with, and anything that might surprise me. You write it down, I leave this money with T.
Hey,
and
you're Welsh.
When I find her, you get the dough.
It's already written down. Here, I got it in my wallet. Here, you'll keep me out of this, right?
My complete silence can be bought.
Silence from who?
GC. Defrauding an insurance company by a fake death or even causing rescue workers to search under false pretenses is an international Class 10 felony. It's punishable by life imprisonment. As a citizen, I'm bound to report any knowledge of a felony.
I'll deny it.
I have a witness.
Who? T? You taking his side, Delante? You're scum, man.
Now hold up, hotshot. This is between you and...
Forget it. I'll take my chances. This is like blackmail.
Bo, can you reach the phone? You'd better call and report this extortion. And be sure and tell them what it is I'm blackmailing you about.
All right, fine. I'll just tell whoever I need to, and you'll never find Hattie Durham.
Now, you see, Bo, I had considered that. It's just a little short-sighted. I'm holding the cards now. If Hattie's gone for any reason, you are an international fugitive, and believe me, I've been there, and you don't want that.
I'm out of here, man.
Not the brightest bulb in the box, is he?
No. No, he isn't.
Greg?
Yakov. It's great to see you again.
I would have not recognized you. How are you, my brother?
Well, worried about Chaim, and eager to hear the news.
Hannelore told you about Jonas.
Yeah. What happened?
Oh, have you seen the horsemen?
Well, no.
You don't want to. But they are frightful things. They were rampaging through our neighborhood while Jonas was in the security booth. You know the one.
Yeah, sure.
A man was driving by and was overcome with smoke. It was everywhere. And he passed out and the car plowed into the booth.
Oh, no.
Chaim was most distressed. He did not believe we could see the creatures. He thinks we are still lying or crazy, but he laments Jonas's death. He says over and over, I thought he was one of you. I thought he would be protected.
Yeah, I can see why he'd say that.
He was so close to believing. Studying the rabbi's messages, but now he cries out day and night, it's not true, or he says lies, all lies. And Buck, he has done something rather strange. He has purchased a wheelchair. Motorized.
What?
It's true.
Well, does he need it?
No! He's fully recovered from the locust sting. He spends most of his time in this workshop.
Why would he need a wheelchair?
He rides around the house, and when he gets bored on one floor, he calls me and a valet, and we must carry it to another floor for him. It's most heavy. It's killing my back. Of course, he takes the stairs.
What do you think's going on?
I don't know. He almost seems to be practicing. He was not good at first, but he's become a wheelchair expert. He can go through narrow places, turn around in a confined space. It's quite remarkable, actually.
And what's he doing in the shop?
No one knows. He locks himself in there for hours, and we hear filing.
Filing? Well, perhaps... What, sharpening something?
I don't know. It's very possible. We see the tiny shavings, but we never see what has been filed. By the way, I'd like to warn you. You will be alarmed at how much the doctor has aged.
Really? Is there anything else?
Not that I can think of. Oh, wait, yes. Do not mention strokes.
Strokes?
Well, yes, you know, when the brain takes hold...
No, I know what a stroke is. Why would I mention it?
He is obsessed with the subject. Almost irrational. A distant relative had a stroke, and he saw pictures of the man. It was a very terrible change. He must fear that change for himself.
Annie.
Hello, sweetie. Has the potentate started yet?
Not yet. He's got a lot of damage control to do.
Yeah, even within his own ranks. We were hit really hard.
My workers are terrified. They won't go outdoors, even though it's no safer inside.
What are you listening for?
Fortunato. Peter II's supposed to show up any minute. Oh, Annie, I wonder if it's time. I wonder if... Well, now is when we should get out. Tell as many people as we can about the truth, and then...
That's why you're here.
Well, people are dying. They're going to hell, and...
You're in a strategic position, David. Behind enemy lines. You can't run now. Too much is at stake.
The man tried to kill me before thousands of witnesses at Teddy Kollek Stadium. He is in league with the elderly radicals who spew their hatred from the Wailing Wall and boast that they have poisoned the drinking water. Is it so much of a stretch to believe that this cult would perpetrate germ warfare on the rest of the world? They themselves clearly have developed some antidote, because you do not hear one of them falling victim. Rather, they have concocted a myth. They would have us believe that our loved ones and friends are being killed by roving bands of giant horsemen riding half horses, half lions, which breathe fire like dragons. Of course, now only the believers, the holier-than-thous, can see these monstrous beasts. It is we, the uninitiated in truth, who are blind and vulnerable.
We must face the truth, Leon. Harpathia's day is past.
So they have chosen to kill us.
Now, you must stop reacting that way. Every time I use other than those ridiculous titles you two have thrust upon each other.
But you insist on being called...
I have earned my title. I am a man of God. I had the largest church in history. The religious Jews and the fundamentalist Christians are the only factions who have not brought themselves into step with Enigma Babylon faith.
Factions? Pontiff, 1 billion people access Ben Judah's website every day.
That means nothing. How many of those are devotees? I certainly am not. and I keep tabs on their nonsense.
I know you have been passionate about...
I have insisted Carpathia make it illegal to practice religion outside the one-world faith to no avail. Soon, I will step up the punishment for the same and dare him to do something about it. Does he really want to go on record as countering the most beloved religious figure of all time? But then, you believe Carpathia himself is deity.
Yes, I do.
Worthy of worship.
I do, Pontifex.
Why, then, is such a god-man impotent in the face of the two preachers? They have made him a laughingstock.
But he negotiated with them and
gave away the store, if you will. He said himself he had upheld his end of the bargain, refusing to persecute believers if the two so-called witnesses would let the Israelis drink water instead of blood. Well, they may be drinking pure water, but they are also choking to death in droves. Who's been made the fool, Leon? You can't admit it, can you? You yourself would not stand for such insolence from your subjects. Rest assured, whoever those two codgers are, wherever they are from, and whatever magical powers they tap into, they are not above the law. They are subject to the global community. And if Leon Fortunato were potentate, that problem would have been taken care of long before now. Am I right? You'd have those two eliminated, wouldn't you? Admit it, Nikolai is biding his time, isn't he? Waiting them out. Now there's courage. There's diplomacy. There's impotence. Defend him, Leon. You can't, can you?
I must hurry to another appointment, Pontifex, but when I hear you speak so decisively, I do yearn for a return to that kind of leadership.
Yes, well, Leon, there are regional potentates who agree with you.
Well, if I may be perfectly frank, a man in my position would have to be deaf and blind not to see how the potentates, to a man, venerate you.
Neither am I blind to their respect. I should like to think they would welcome my leadership in areas other than just spiritual.
Perhaps so, Pontiff.
You think he believed you?
I left the door open to the possibility, as you directed.
Good, good. He will come back to you.
We can only hope that he will...
Go! How does he do it?
Sir?
Williams! Honey, his analysis. Listen. What the global community brass doesn't want citizens to know is that the personnel who escaped with their lives were more lucky than heroic. The assassins were not shot. One fled and two died from the smoke, fire, and sulfur plague, as did many others that day. It is as if that young man is camped outside our door.
You said yourself he was the best journalist in the world.
This goes beyond skill and ability. I would accuse him of making this up, but we both know he is not. Where are we on tracing this?
We have an entire department section on it full-time, sir.
Yes, how many?
Originally 70, due to attrition, probably 60.
Talk with Hasid.
There must be someone on the inside. Or perhaps...
What?
There were two Australians at the airport, very antagonistic toward the global community.
You think Williams has connections somehow?
It would explain much of the information.
Find them and have them eliminated.
Yes, sir.
Left Behind, the dramatic audio series, is based in part on the book Assassins by Tim LaHaye and Jerry Jenkins, and has been adapted for radio by Chris Fabry, with music by Steve Wick. Directed and produced by Todd Bastide. Left Behind, the dramatic audio series, is a production of Gap Digital and Tyndale House Publishers. Thank you for listening.